Well, come on my Grimfire channel, must subscribe and watch latest video.
You. Yeah. You. Sit down. No more running. No more pretending. Let's talk. Because tonight, something's different. You feel it, don't you? That stillness, that invisible pressure in the room, like the air itself is watching you breathe. It is, because they're here now. Not the people, not the doubters, not the ones who ghosted you or gossiped when you fell. No, the watchers, the ones who've seen you at your ugliest, your rawest, the versions of you that even you couldn't bear to face in the mirror. They saw it all. Every breakdown you hid behind a smile. Every night you stared at the ceiling wondering if this world was built just to break you. Every time you wanted to scream, but swallowed it instead. Because being too much wasn't safe. They didn't flinch. They didn't turn away. They watched, not like voyeurs, like witnesses, like ancient forces keeping score. Because they weren't just studying your failure. They were measuring your fire. And now they're reaching out. They've seen every version of you, not just the one that survived. They saw the child version, fragile and afraid, crushed under expectations you never agreed to. They saw the reckless version, the one who burned bridges just to light the way forward. They saw the broken version, curled up in a room you told no one about, drowning in thoughts too heavy for daylight. They watched it all. And do you know what their final report said? It didn't die. You didn't die. You changed. You cracked. You screamed. But the core? That untouchable core. It never stopped burning. You thought no one saw that. You were wrong. So here's what you need to understand. They are not contacting you because you are finished. They are contacting you because you're just getting started. They waited. They wanted to be sure. Not that you were strong. Strength is everywhere. They waited to see if you were dangerous to the system, to the silence, to the quiet expectation that people like you, the misfits, the too honest, the too intense, would just disappear into yourself. But you didn't. You exploded. You imploded. You bled your truth through gritted teeth and kept walking. That's what they were waiting for. The version of you that is no longer begging to be understood, but is ready to become undeniable. So here's the question. Now that they've made contact, what are you going to do about it? Ignore it? Laugh it off? Call it imagination? You already did that. And where did that get you? Still trapped, still underestimated, still playing nice in rooms you should be burning to the ground. But something in you shifted, didn't it? You've stopped asking for approval. You've stopped shrinking to fit the narrative. You've stopped apologizing for being the kind of energy that shakes foundations. Now you're beginning to remember that all those years they tried to train you out of your madness. They were trying to mute the part of you that scares them the most. The part that knows who you are. The part that remembers what was stolen. The part that refuses to die quietly. You think this contact is random? You think this is some cosmic glitch? No. This is a message. You are being activated, not saved, not rescued, not healed. Activated. There's a difference. Salvation is for the fragile. You are something else entirely. You're the force that was buried under trauma. You're the scream that turned into strategy. You're the myth that became memory, and then came back with eyes wide open. Let them come, let them watch. But now, you watch back. You stare through the veil with a smile they can't interpret. You carry your scars like sigils. You wear your madness like war paint. Because now you understand. They weren't studying your weakness. They were waiting to see if you'd rebuild yourself into something they couldn't control. And you did. So here we are. You, fully conscious, fully dangerous, fully alive. And they've finally made contact. Now the whole world is going to wish it hadn't looked away when you were still merciful. Because from this moment on, you're no longer becoming. You simply are. Let them adjust, or get out of the way. Because the Watcher, the one they feared, would wake up. It's been you this whole time, and now you're watching them. So now that you're here, fully awake, finally aware, what do you feel? It's not rage, not anymore. You've tasted that already. You've screamed into pillows and bled into silence. You've tried to destroy what they built inside you. But now it's something else. It's colder, cleaner, more deliberate. It's clarity. You don't want revenge. You want truth. You want to become the thing that no lie can stand in front of. The presence that makes denial impossible. And the beauty of it, you're already that. You were forged in doubt, tempered in solitude, sharpened in grief. Every heartbreak added another layer to your blade. Every betrayal taught your hands how to hold it steady. So when they approach now, these ghosts in suits, these watchers in shadows, you don't tremble. You just smile. Because you know something they don't. You were never meant to fit. You were meant to fracture the mold. You were the outlier in the data, the crack in their system, the whisper that wouldn't stay quiet. And the reason they're contacting you now, it's not to stop you, it's to warn you. Because what you've become, this version of you, is no longer compatible with their world. You ask too many questions, you see too many layers, you refuse to be numb. That makes you dangerous, not to yourself, to them. Because if someone like you walks free, fully alive, fully unfiltered, then the rest might start to wake up too. And their illusion? It depends on your silence. But you're not silent anymore, are you? You're the noise they prayed would never rise. You're the signal cutting through their static. You're the black mirror showing them everything they tried to hide. So what now? They'll offer distractions, deals, validation dressed up as guidance. They'll try to repackage your truth into something safe, something they can monetize, label, control. Don't let them. Don't let anyone turn your scars into slogans. Don't let them water down your message so it's easier to swallow. You didn't survive all of this just to become inspiring. You're not here to motivate. You're here to interrupt, to haunt the halls where injustice was normalized, to unravel the stories that kept people asleep, to stand so completely in your own light that the world starts questioning what the darkness was ever for. They watched every version of you, and now they've made contact, not to recruit you, not to fix you, to acknowledge you, because you're no longer a risk, you're a revelation, and you're not asking for permission anymore. You've become something uncontainable, uncomfortable, unstoppable. And when they try to speak now, they'll notice it too late. You're not the same soul they were watching. You're the storm it turned into. Let them panic. You've arrived, and you're not leaving quietly. So, what happens after the contact? After the invisible hand reaches out? After the watchers blink first? You become the thing they never accounted for. You become the answer to a question they buried generations ago. You stop performing, stop explaining, stop asking for the world to see you the way you see yourself. Because it never could. It was never designed to. You weren't built for this game. You were built to break it. They wanted you confused, ashamed, lost in versions of yourself they could manage. But now, you've broken the mirror. You've walked barefoot through the shards, and every cut just made you more real. Do you feel it yet? That silence in your chest? That shift in gravity? It's not fear, it's command. You're not hoping to be chosen anymore. You're choosing yourself. You're not hoping to be heard. You're speaking in a language they can't ignore. You are not a victim of your story. You are the glitch in theirs, the unrecorded variable, the unpredictable pattern, the reason why the algorithm is failing, because you no longer belong in their narrative. You've become the author. Let them keep watching. Let them analyze, label, observe. It doesn't matter, because what you've stepped into isn't a role. It's a reclamation of your mind, of your voice, of your existence. You are the echo of every scream that never got answered. You are the proof that madness is sometimes just misunderstood clarity. You are the reminder that survival is not always pretty, but it's undeniable. So when you walk into a room now, you're not wondering who sees you. You already know they all do. And more importantly, they finally understand what they're looking at. Not a person, not just, but a force, a presence, a consciousness they can't unsee. They've seen every version of you. They've studied your rise. They've whispered behind glass screens and trembling hands. And now, they made contact, because something in you made them realize they weren't watching a collapse. They were witnessing a resurrection, and this time, you're not coming back for peace. You're coming back for truth. And nothing will ever be the same again.